Hello and welcome. Today we're going to be having a look at the new engineering design OCR R040 task that's recently dropped. And we're going to be making a phone holder for the 2026-27 coursework. Now, when we're provided at first with the drawing of what we're going to have to make, it doesn't make an awful lot of sense because the dimensions haven't been placed in the most strategic places. Now, in this video, I'm going to just talk you through what we can do to remedy this, give us some tips, and then hopefully talk us through the first part at least and how you're going to want to start making that. So the first thing you can do is you'll realize it's just a mess of dimensions. All I'm going to do, I've made this piece. If I go to the spanner in Onshape on this hand side, into my dimension mode, instead of color for the dimension lines, if I make that really faint, so I click a light gray, you will see that instead of black, all those dimensions turn really, really faint, and I can actually make out what I'm actually going to make a lot easier. It's not hidden. I've not got all these lines obtruding my way. I can actually see the shape that I'm supposed to be making. Okay, so all we're going to do is jump into this, and I'm just going to make the basic shape to start off with. So all I can see by this is that it goes across at the bottom, up a bit, out, up, back, up a little bit, across, diagonally down, diagonally up again, across, and then down. So we're going to jump on with that. So I'm just going to open a new part studio. I'm going to do this on my front plane. So I'm going to click on my front plane, press N to orient myself to that front plane, and then I'm just going to grab my line tool. All I'm going to do, and looking at the drawing, feel free to go back and screenshot the drawing I had on the screen a minute ago. I'm going to start in the bottom right corner. I'm going to go across, up, across a bit, up. So I'm just drawing that rough shape. Now I want this to be in line, so I'm going to make sure that that dotted line is connecting these points. I'm going to go up a little bit, across a little bit, diagonally down, diagonally up again a little bit, and you'll see that that diagonal line actually snaps to the parallel, which is useful for me. But what I do want it also to do, I want it to be in line with this top here. So I'm just going to hover over this line, and as I draw my cursor to the right, you can see that dotted line helps it snap, and it should snap to the diagonal there as well. And now it just comes to the end and back down to the beginning. That's all I've done. I'm not worried about dimensions. I'm just worrying about getting that basic shape down. And once that is down, I can start making sure everything is the right size. And this is important. So I know just by looking at the spec that I'm going to click D to enter dimension mode. The distance between this line here, I'm going to zoom in a bit for you. This line and this line, so the entire length, apart from this bit that sticks out at the top, that's 50. So I'm going to drop down. I'm going to type in 50, and I'm hoping it's all going to scale on that first dimension you do. Now, when you come to the other ones, it might not scale and it might distort. So just make sure that, or just be careful about what you're dimensioning in what order. Right, okay, so next, I know that the full height of the thing is 30. This is where it did start to get a bit skewy last time I did it. Yeah, so this is, in fact, I'm going to leave that dimension till last, I think. I know that this is going to be 10. In fact, I'm going to get rid of that dimension entirely. And that's going to be 10. Now, this dimension is going to be, is it 18? And this dimension is going to be 2. And hopefully I've done it in an order where everything's dropped down quite nicely. Look at the dimensions. I know that this is going to be, this stick out of this flange here is going to be 11. This is going to be the bit that actually goes into that pivot that spins round. And along the top, this line is going to be 15. Look at that. Bang on. Right, okay. This is where it gets a bit messy. And I'm going to start out by defining 2 dimensions. The first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to put angles in now. So I'm going to make sure I'm going to go into my dimension tool again, or keeping it. I'm going to click on this line and this line. And when I click on 2 lines that aren't parallel, it's going to let me put an angle in there. Now, this is already snapped to 90. So I'm just going to click the tick just to make sure that stays there. And I think it's already defined. That's why it's a little bit grayed out. And now I should be able to dimension this line at 25, this line at 15, and this line at 10. Now, this line's a bit that it looks a bit funny on the technical drawing. I'm going to explain that a little bit more in a second, but that's 10. And if I've got all that dimension, this should be exactly 90. This inner angle here should be exactly 35. And I think if we click to set the angle there, we should see it's exactly 35 already, because that's the only angle that will satisfy all the constraints that we've made previously. Right, I don't need to worry about this length because that's already defined. I've already defined the height of it. So apart from putting fillets in, I've actually got this down and sorted. So let's just double check. Yep, all my fillets are going to be 3mm. So, oh, all I need to do is grab my sketch fillet tool. And I can do this afterwards, but it is a bit more complex. So it's easier to do whilst it's still a 2D shape. Grab my fillet tool. I'm just going to click on this corner. And it defaults to whatever my previous fillet was, which was 0.2. I'm just going to double click and set it to 3. I'm going to click on this corner. And I'm going to click on this corner. And you'll see that's where we get that curve, that shape from before. It's not that we need dimensions for this curve or this line at the top. It's just that we put a fillet on this corner here. When you've got all your fillets lined up, you'll notice that your cursor has got a green mouse with a tick, a mouse with a green tick on it. If you just click somewhere off your shape, somewhere over here, it will confirm those fillets for you. And now all we need to do is extrude it. We're ready to do that now. So I'm going to click the extrude tool here. I'm going to type 3 because we're going to use 3mm ply or MDF for this. Click the tick, and there you go. There is your first part. Now, there's another very similar part which is almost identical to this. The only difference is that this flange sits 2mm from the bottom instead of from the top. So all you're going to do to that, where it says Part Studio 1 down here, you can name that in a minute, but you're going to right click on that, then you're going to duplicate it. And what this should do is make a copy of it down here. You're going to click on that tab, and it should be exactly the same as what you've done. And we're just going to modify that initial sketch that we did. So what you're going to do is in your left-hand panel, you're going to go to where it says Sketch 1, and you're going to double click on it. Now, we put a few dimensions in here. We just need to swap 2 around. So all I'm going to do is where it says 18, I'm going to click delete. Where it says 2, I'm going to click delete. And now, where it said 18, I'm going to put 2. And that's just going to move that down here. You shouldn't need to put this in, but this should be 18 as well. And once you've done that, you're just going to click the tick, and it should carry forward your extrude, so you don't need to worry about that. And there you go. Okay, so now what you've done is you have made the first 2 parts of your phone holder. Okay, I'm going to leave it there for today. If you've got any questions, please drop a comment and I'll try and answer them. Pause the video at the start where we had that technical drawing in with the all the dimension lines in light, so it's dead easy to see what's going on. I have whizzed through that, so it might not be clear. Hopefully it is. If you've got any questions, leave a comment, and hopefully that helps us all get through this coursework, especially task 3. Okay, I'm going to put the next videos up in a video shortly, but for now, just get that down, and then you'll be able to do the rest of it when the videos come out. Okay, thank you. Bye.